All right, let's dive right into the world of volleyball. But we're looking at it through a really specific lens today. Think about where we are right now. It's late 2025, and here in Canada, the sport is at this fascinating turning point. We all see the highlight reels, right? The massive spikes, the incredible saves. But what's happening underneath all that is a quiet revolution, a major shift in youth development that's planting the seeds for our next generation of stars.
You know, when you watch a really intense rally, it can look like total chaos, just this blur of incredible athleticism and power. And it makes you wonder, is the growth we're seeing in Canadian youth volleyball just as chaotic? Or is there something more? Is there an elegant design at play, a deliberate plan to build the teams of tomorrow? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
So to really get a handle on where the sport is going, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to build the new Canadian player, right from scratch. We'll start with their world, the court itself. Then we'll give them the modern rules, teach them the essential moves, and finally, look at how they fit into a team that's being built for the future. So, let's get started.
Okay, first things first. Every single player, whether they're just starting out or they're a national team hopeful, has to know their arena inside and out. The court isn't just a floor with lines on it, it's a map, and understanding its geography is, without a doubt, the first step to playing the game at a higher level.
It all starts with the absolute basics, the boundary lines. You've got your sidelines that define the width and the end lines that define the length. It's pretty simple. If the ball lands on or inside these lines, it's in. If it's outside, it's out. Mastering this sense of space is the non-negotiable foundation for literally every single play.
Now things get a little more interesting with the attack line. This line right here, this 3-meter line, is a total game changer. It basically splits the court into two zones, a front row and a back row. And here's the key. If you're a back row player, you can't jump and attack the ball in front of this line. This one rule opens up a whole new world of strategy that Canadian coaches are zeroing in on to create more dynamic and surprising attacks.
And finally, we have the service area. This 9-meter wide zone behind the end line is where every single point kicks off. In today's game, this is so much more than just a starting point. It's the first point of attack. A really powerful serve from back here can put the other team on their heels before the rally even gets going.
So, our player understands their space. Now let's give them the rules that create the rhythm and the entire flow of the game. This is really where the pulse of a modern volleyball match comes from.
In modern volleyball, everything is about rally scoring. Now, it wasn't always this way. Before 1998, only the team that was serving could actually score a point. But now, a point is up for grabs on every single rally, no matter who served it. This change made the game way faster, more aggressive, and honestly, a lot more exciting to watch. And it's a pace that today's young athletes are getting used to from their very first practice.
Next up is rotation. It's a rule that keeps the game incredibly balanced. When your team wins the serve back, everybody on the court rotates one spot, clockwise. It seems simple, right? But this little clockwise dance is fundamental to the Canadian development model because it pushes for versatile, well-rounded athletes who understand every part of the game, not just one single position.
Now, I want you to remember one number. It's kind of the magic number in volleyball. It's the number that governs pretty much every single offensive play, and it's the foundation for all team chemistry. And that number is 3.
So a team gets a maximum of 3 hits to get the ball back over the net. This isn't just a rule. It's the recipe for teamwork. The first touch is the pass. That's all about control. The second is the set, which is about preparing the attack. And the third is the attack itself, the one meant to score. Pass, set, attack. It's the rhythm of the game, drilled in over and over.
Okay, so our player knows the court and they know the rules. Now it's time to give them their toolkit, the fundamental skills they need to actually execute a game plan.
Every great player is built on these core skills. It all starts with the serve, your first weapon. When the ball comes flying back, the pass is your first move to establish control. The attack, or the spike, that's the big, thunderous finish to score a point. And on the other side of the net, the block is a defensive wall trying to shut that down. And for that last-ditch, incredible effort, that's the dig, a spectacular save that keeps a tough rally alive.
Look, mastering those individual skills is one thing, but volleyball is the ultimate team sport. So now that our player has the tools, it's time to see how they fit into the bigger picture, how they go from being just an individual to being a true teammate. And that transformation is really the whole focus of high-level development.
Within any good team, players start to specialize. You've got the setter, who's basically the quarterback running the whole offense. You've got your hitters, who are the primary point scorers, and then you have the libero. You'll see them in a different colored jersey. They're a defensive specialist. Honestly, developing a steady pipeline of athletes who can excel in these specific roles is the core challenge for Canada's future programs.
But as we build this player for 2025 and beyond, the technical skills, they're only half the story. The real scoreboard in youth sports, the one that truly matters for long-term success, measures character. We're talking about resilience, mental toughness, teamwork. These are the seeds being planted on courts today that will hopefully grow into tomorrow's champions.
And that, right there, is the ultimate goal. The training, the wins, the losses, they aren't just about the game itself. They serve a much higher purpose: to forge athletes who are not only skilled, but who also have the mental strength to succeed at the highest levels, and in life.
So we've built a player, piece by piece, all within the context of Canada's big ambitions for the sport. And it leaves us with a really important question to think about. As we look to the future, what if the true measure of success for all these youth programs isn't just about the wins and losses on a scoreboard, but about the caliber of the athletes and the people that they're building?